watch someone crash and still pretend they've got everything under control, but that's exactly what's happening with Meghan Markle right now after she posted a weird pregnancy-themed video on Instagram. One that clearly missed the mark she's been on. A slow but steady downward spiral. The backlash was loud, viral, and brutal. Fans weren't just annoyed, they were turned off completely. And now Meghan's out here losing support by the day, bleeding followers, and clinging to a narrative that honestly just makes things worse. Let's rewind a bit. The video itself was meant to be some kind of soft launch for season 2 of her show with Love Meghan. But let's be real, it wasn't a real season 2. They filmed everything all at once, cut it into 2 parts, and then called it a new season. Classic PR trick. But the real trouble started when Meghan used that promo slot to post a super awkward and fake video that tried to seem emotional but just felt uncomfortable. Fans who were following her didn't like it at all. They thought it was manipulative and fake, and they really didn't think it was needed. When people started complaining, the studios noticed too. Paramount was done. Netflix was worried. Even people inside the companies were telling her to take the video down, but she didn't listen. That decision is really costing her now. She says it's about standing up for herself, but in reality, no one in the business wants to deal with someone who won't listen, especially when people are turning against her. What's crazy is how Meghan reacted. She didn't apologize or try to explain anything. Instead, she went on the attack, blaming her fans. She said people were leaving her over something that was actually innocent and real. She said her words were emotional, but not in a way that you'd expect. There was no humility or even reflection, just anger. She made it seem like she was a victim of a fake world that couldn't handle her honesty. That might have worked if she didn't keep talking about herself in the third person. In a recent rant, she said fans left her without warning, claiming those who left were never real fans, that they were fake. She even said, "People can't handle a strong woman who speaks her mind." While that's true about the pressure women face in the media, Meghan somehow makes everything about her like the only issue is that people don't get her. But the truth is, people do understand her. They just aren't buying the version of her she's trying to sell anymore. It's ironic because she keeps saying she's real, but the way she speaks, the way she acts, it doesn't feel real at all. Instead of owning up to her mistake, she's doubling down. She keeps pushing the idea that she's the victim of unfair judgment when the real problem isn't society, it's her inability to understand what people are actually thinking. People aren't mad because she's real. They're mad because she's pushing a version of herself that doesn't match what they see. And this isn't just about the video. There's a bigger pattern here. Meghan's brand is all about perfect vulnerability, good lighting, and acting like she's real, but all of it is so carefully planned that it's starting to feel fake. Fans aren't dumb. They can see right through the filters. When someone you once liked starts acting like any criticism is a betrayal, you stop caring. And that's what's happening here. The situation with Meghan didn't just stop with her fans leaving her. It kept getting worse. What used to be a polished public image is now being torn apart from all sides. The pregnancy video started the drama, but the real problem is how she handled it afterward. She's gone from being calm and composed to showing signs of anger, frustration, and even desperation in her interviews. Instead of letting it go, she's responding to the criticism. In interviews, one moment she's talking about women's empowerment, and the next she's blaming anyone who doesn't support her. That kind of attitude is bothering a lot of people, especially when it's all about the public supporting her. If you make your fans feel like they have to agree with you all the time, you're going to lose them, no matter how famous you are. Her latest comments are only making things worse. She went on this rant about how she won't change her vision, even if it costs her more opportunities. She made it sound like it was some brave act. But let's not forget, this isn't some low-budget indie film, it's a big branded lifestyle show. There's a big difference between sticking to your creative vision and shooting yourself in the foot. And Meghan seems to be doing the latter, thinking it's some kind of bold statement. What's got people even more confused is how obsessed she's become with calling out fake fans. Her whole rant about fake supporters wasn't really about fans. It was about control. She's trying to tell everyone what it means to be a real fan, and it basically means you can't question her. That's not being a fan, that's being in a cult. And that's not how things work today, where people want honesty and accountability. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Netflix is feeling the pressure. The executives thought they were getting a big win. but now they're dealing with a PR disaster. Meghan's refusal to take down the video wasn't just her standing her ground, it showed that she won't listen to anyone else. That might sound empowering, but in the business world, it's just reckless. Even the way with love. Meghan is being questioned. Insiders are talking about how they're changing the show halfway through filming, trying to save the show's audience. There's talk of huge edits, new themes, and a shift to more relatable topics. The show's tone is going from luxury lifestyle to more like self-help advice. But the problem isn't that the topics are bad, it's that fans feel like they're just a cover-up for the real problem, Meghan herself. The more Meghan plays up her victim story, the harder it becomes for her to get back to a better place. It's a sad situation. She still has a platform, she still has talent, but she's holding on to an image that just isn't working anymore. There's no shame in admitting you made a mistake, but when you refuse to do so and demand loyalty from your fans like they owe you something, that's not inspiring. It's just frustrating. And no one sticks around when they feel frustrated. The cracks in Meghan's image are obvious, not just publicly, but also behind the scenes. The entertainment industry is watching her every move like a warning. And it's not just about bad PR anymore, it's about trust. Studios aren't just investing in shows, they're investing in someone they can count on. And Meghan's proving she's not someone they can count on. One moment she's acting like a victim, the next she's blaming everyone for not supporting her. This kind of unpredictability makes executives nervous. And when they get nervous, they back off. And once they back off, deals start disappearing. Paramount has already pulled out. They were fine with her being creative, but when she ignored requests to take down the video, that was too much. It wasn't just the video, it was what it meant. She didn't want to work with anyone, even when they were trying to help. She didn't just lose a deal, she lost trust. Netflix is still working with her, but they're nervous. They're just hoping the second season doesn't flop worse than the first. The truth is, Meghan could have handled this better. She could have owned up to her mistake and used the backlash to take her brand in a new, better direction. Instead, she chose to stay defiant. Now she's talking about season 2 like it's her big comeback, but people aren't buying it. Fans aren't waiting for new sides of Meghan. They just want honesty, and they're not getting it. Then there's the issue with the content. Season 2 is all about messages of self-worth and the struggles of women in the spotlight, but when that comes from someone who won't take responsibility for their actions, it doesn't have much impact. It starts to feel like she's just using these themes as a shield to protect herself, not to really help anyone else. And it's becoming clear that a lot of the content feels recycled. Critics are saying that Meghan's themes are similar to those of Rachel Ray and even Pamela Anderson. People are accusing her of copying ideas, and while that might not be the case, the timing isn't great, especially since her reputation is already a bit sketchy. Now there's also drama behind the scenes with Netflix bosses. Greg Peters and Ted Sarandos are reportedly split on how to handle the situation. One wants to try to save her brand, while the other thinks there's nothing left to save. It's hard to fix things when the foundation is so shaky. Meghan's interviews keep blowing up in her face. Her words are being picked apart, and no amount of dramatic camera angles can make her sound any less defensive. In the end, her legacy won't be defined by one bad video. It'll be defined by how she handled everything afterward. And right now, that's a lesson in pushing people away. She's trying to separate real fans from fake ones, but all she's really doing is shrinking her circle. The fans who used to support her are walking away. Not because of a single mistake, but because of how she reacted afterward. And that's the part that sticks, the part no PR team can clean up.